mă!
Hi, I'm Rach. I'm the vocalist of June Turns Black, creative director, and the whatever needs to be done person when making a music video.
I'm Cezar. I'm the bass player for June Turns Black and have been part of this amazing project for 5 years. I've worked on pre-production, set building, production work. I've played one of the Sentinels that you can see, one of Akuma's right-hand men. I've worked on editing, I've worked on post-production and everything, I guess. All of us did a lot of work.
Heavy was written in 2023. The writing process was pretty fun and unexpected. It was, I think, the first writing session where me, David, and Cezar took completely the steering wheel. We first came with a mood, and I was actually inspired by the first panel from the Berserk manga, so I really wanted to integrate that into the song. Since the boys also are anime fans, we dove deeper and experimented with other cool and organic sounds.
It started with like a water drop in some sort of a cave inside a space that's not necessarily from this world. Rach left us. She left us for like 2 hours while we did the basic Oonga Boonga stuff like guitar riffs and chugs and so on. And she left and came back with some lyrics. Those lyrics. That was a game changer. I think all of us, we knew that we were moving in a different stage, a different era of June Turns Black. And this, Have You, was the first song, the first omen that predicted that new era.
We're watching Mihnea over there.
What is he doing?
Getting burned.
We're trying to fix the lights in order to create some sweet catchphrase.
And how is that going?
It's an enlightening experience.
It is going. I really pushed the idea of making a music video for this song because from the first seconds I heard the final form of the song, I could see the video before my eyes. I told the rest of the guys, just trust me, it will look amazing. Like, we have to do it.
And not any any kind of music video. It was supposed to be something dark and something with a lot of lore, with a story.
The idea behind the music video is to depict greed and how far someone, or in this case a human, would go to have it all despite gaining a god's love, trust, and his eternal treasures. Unfortunately, we couldn't really tell the usurper story, my character, as we were limited on so many levels. But her story, shortly put, is that she was once a human who made a deal with Akuma, and as decades passed, she was graced by this god to serve him as his second in command, and then later on she would become his beloved. She also always had her own agenda to take the power, because that was her human sides after all, you know. As Lord Akuma, who is played by Mihail, I was inspired by Aku from Samurai Jack and just went with it upon character creation. Akuma's name is derived from the Japanese folklore. In this story, we changed his core meaning. We wanted him to be this faceless ancient god who lives in this atemporal dimension, making deals with species all over the universe. Whatever deal you'd make with him, the price would eventually be your own soul, or worse, your whole future generation's souls. That's how he would build up his army, which are like dark thoughts. The traveler, who is played by Oana, is this old-timey and elegantly dressed woman. And because I love sci-fi and fantasy, I wanted her to be a con artist that would travel through dimensions and steal important artifacts for her personal collection. In her backstory, she finds out about Akuma's time bubble, so she challenges herself to cheat her way in and steal from the god. The Sentinels, played by Cezar and Dan, are like the Watchers who will always be present at any trade deal. You can say that they are more or less the guard dogs who would sniff out any ill intention. When they would do so, you would be instantly terminated by them or by Akuma. The Dark Thoughts, played by Ella, our manager actually, and Adrian, Cezar's brother, were supposed to be just an Easter egg. But upon more consideration, we made them a representation of all the souls that belong to Akuma. A cool little detail is that upon Akuma's reign, the Dark Thoughts hold these long candles and their eyes are covered with red cloth, giving them a more culty vibe. And upon the Usurper's reign, their cloth is gone and now they're weaponized, offering them this gang type look and vibe. Another thing that I'd like to say a few words about, it's the jewelry and the Black Void, because those two, even though they're just some props, actually have a backstory. Everything you'd see shimmering, like the crystals on the headpiece and necklaces, or even the moving lights, are actually meant to be like souls that were collected by Akuma throughout eons. The crystals are in actuality compressed souls from which jewelry was made for Akuma to wear. The red gem that falls after ending the traveler's life is actually her soul's essence. It's also the cause of speeding up the Usurper's agenda, because that gem, like, it's one of its own kind.
Staring contest with Lord Akuma.